All right, we're kicking off the week here, guys. We've got some running today in the METCON, and I just want to bring that up while we go into our warm-up. So we're going to see a lot of running fortunately or unfortunately, whatever you prefer, over the next little while. So I just wanted to bring up some running tips. The main things, we want to look at some main things here. We're going to just watch Em run a few strides, okay? So just run from here to like there. Go ahead. She's going to run. Good. All right. Cool. So she's carrying her momentum forward. One thing we need to realize with running is that it doesn't matter the shoes you wear, okay? A lot of people say that CrossFit shoes are not good for running, and everybody has their preference, but I don't want you guys to think that you need cushion in your shoes for a run, okay? Because if you do, you're probably running incorrectly with a heel strike. Running is not heel to toe, it's a flat foot. Think about a squat. We don't rock back and forth to one part of our foot. We use the full foot, balance about the foot. We want to strike with the whole foot directly underneath us, and we want our momentum to be spilling forward when we run. We're used to setting back in a lot of things with a barbell. Running's the opposite. We want to be on our toes, okay? So let's watch Em. She's just gonna, a little drill to help you with this, you can use this in the warm-up, is just to lean into it, and then you can start your run. So Em, just get up on your toes and start to spill forward until you want to fall, and then start running. That's gonna help you feel what that forward lean kind of looks like. And then if you want to run faster, you just lean harder. It's very, very simple, but it's easy to forget while you're running, okay? So first point, lean forward. Second point is your arms do a lot more work than you think, okay? So I want you to use your arms when you run, but not tense. We got to be nice and relaxed, and we got to go think about cheek to cheek. All right, so Em's gonna use her arms, she's gonna lean forward, she's gonna start with her arms in a good, solid running position, and she's gonna spill into it, cheek to cheek. Holy shit, see how far she went? Good, okay. And so that's some like things to think about when you're running in the future. Just wanted to briefly go over that stuff. So today's warm-up. We're gonna do a 1 minute run, so however far that is for you. I would go to a track or something for this because you can do today's workout from a track if you don't have equipment. But we can do a 1 minute run followed by a 20-second squat hold. So go ahead and hold your squat. I want to be nice and tall and on tension. We really want to sit back and feel the bottom. See, Em's inclined to forward lean because of the run, which is great. We want to get back nice and tall and tight. If she collapses, okay, we don't want that, okay? We want to extend through that T-spine and then find your hole in the squat, find your depth, nice and stacked, okay? And then out of that squat, we're just gonna lean into the run, and we're gonna run for a minute, okay? So, what we've got today for the general warm-up is a 1 minute run, a 20-second squat hold, times 3, okay? So for 3 rounds. All right, guys, go ahead. All right, after you guys are warmed up and heart rate's going, we're gonna do a goblet squat hold with kind of just getting comfortable in the bottom, getting mobile in the bottom. So this is actually a mobility drill. We can use our trusty, good old water jug here. You guys use whatever you have at home. If you have a plate, great, use that. But we're gonna use a water jug to show you. And you're just gonna go into, I'm gonna have them go into the squat that we just held over there. We're gonna hold for a couple seconds. We're gonna come back out partially, just above parallel, and then right back into her hole. Sitting back, right above parallel, see hip crease above the knee, then hip crease below the knee. She's gonna go 3 reps like that. She's gonna go into her hole and then she's gonna drive out. All right, we can set it down. We can take a 10-second rest and we can do that 3 times. And that's our mobility, all right? That's gonna hit ankle, that's gonna hit hips, and it's gonna help us get comfortable with our squat, all right? All right, so we're getting to our specific warm-up, guys. So we're gonna start with the curtsy lunge. So I'm just demo a couple of those. Just go 2 for me. All right, so you can see how she does a reverse lunge. Got the nice leg warmers going. She does a reverse lunge. Instead of just a reverse lunge though, she's gonna draw the knee to the other side of the heel. Okay, so if you were to draw a straight line back from that front heel, you wanna get to the other side of that line with the knee. And tap and stand. And if you don't have the mobility or the strength to actually get to the floor, that's okay. We can just do a partial curtsy lunge and actually be more like a curtsy. But we're just prepping, we're prepping the hips. So you're gonna feel that in your hip capsule, hopefully your glutes, in a different way than you normally feel in lunges. And we're using this to get ready for the lunges. So next one, we're gonna do 7 per side on that. So 14 alternating in total. The next one we're gonna do 7 per side on, so 7 and then 7. Back to that single leg glute bridge. So one leg peg legged up, and then remember, keep the knees together, nice and tight in the abs, and I would touch and go at the floor, trying to hold the tension as you touch and go. So tap that glute, and kind of like a deadlift. Tap and go, yeah. Okay, holding the tension. All right, that's kind of like, like next level shit right there. All right, so 7 and 7 single leg glute bridge, and then we're gonna flip over. We're gonna do 5 and 5, so 10 total alternating bird dogs. Remember, we don't want a huge arch here. We want to push against that with our abs. We want tight abs, and we want to use one glute at a time, and we want to keep our scap nice and tight as we reach. This is a full body warm up, and if you have intention about your tension, then you'll get a lot out of that movement. We're gonna do 2 sets of that, guys. All right, and that's your specific. All right, guys. So part A, weightlifting. We got 6x5 front squat at 85%. If you have a barbell and a rack at home, then you can stick to this percentage. Keep the squat cycle going. If you don't have a rack but you have a barbell, we're gonna squat clean our first rep, and then we're gonna go 4 front squats after that to make 5 squats, and we're gonna do 6 sets of that, but we're just gonna progress to a heavy 5, all right? So I'm gonna get that bar at mid-shin. She's gonna do a squat clean, and she's gonna stand, and then she's gonna go 2, 3, 4, and 5, and down, and then she can sit on her lawn chair, have a drink of water or coffee or whatever, and we can do a little weightlifting session today. With this, we want to really make sure that this is going to be heavy loads that we're dealing with, and after we catch the clean, we want to make sure that we have that tension right through the floor, okay? Right away, as soon as we catch the clean, we're ready to be tense through the floor. And show us, just bring the bar off and then show us the bottom of your squat. I wouldn't recommend wearing fuzzy gloves when you're doing your clean. So bottom of the squat, she's spreading the floor apart. She's active through the quads, feeling that balance about the foot, meaning those 3 points of contact, heel, big toe, little toe. You can see she's shaking because she's fighting so hard to stay on tension, and that's what you want through your whole squat, driving up concentrically with a lot of force, and then on the descent, on the eccentric, controlling as much as humanly possible, all right? So that's what we're doing if we have a barbell. Really, really great weightlifting session today. If you don't have a barbell, what we'd recommend right away is go to your med ball, okay, if you have one. And we're gonna do an EMOM of 6-minute EMOM, and you pick your reps, okay? Something challenging to hang on to. I would look for like maybe 30 seconds of work, 15 to 20 reps. Don't be afraid to drop those reps if you can. I don't know if you'll be able to increase them, but maybe that's a challenge. But again, wall ball, same thing that we want to think about here. We'll just watch him do a couple wall balls. Drawing your hips back, because that ball's gonna have a tendency to want to pull her forward. Drawing your hips back and that enables her to keep that tension through her core. Good. Cool. And then, if you don't have equipment, what do? We want to get some heavy squats in. Well, we tracked down, we scoured the garage, we scoured the yard, and we found our trusty piece of wood. Okay? And we're going to do 6 by 5 to 10 reps with these, just like our original workout, 6 by 5 to 10, and we wrote 5 to 10 in case there's some discrepancies in load. Try to find something heavy that you can hang on to, that you can squat with, just for some extra little bit of mixing up some heavy work today. So Em's gonna pick this up, her odd object, and she's gonna make sure she draws her hips back, and even more so on this than on the wall ball, she's gotta focus on drawing the hips back, because this odd object's really gonna wanna pull you forward. So back, 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 yeah, lots of hamstring, and then driving out of that hole nice and hard. And cool. And then we're gonna do, that's good, and that's good. We're gonna do 5 to 10 odd object squats for 6 sets. All right, guys, have fun. Hey, this is a really, really good thing to throw out on social media and show us what you got, all right? All right, guys, so today, the METCON, we have 6 rounds, 20/16 calorie bike. We have 50-foot sandbag lunges, walking lunges, and then 30 recovery air squats. All right, so this workout, it's technically not an interval workout because there's no actual program to rest, but I want you guys to treat the squats like it is a rest. It's recovery air squats. It's an active recovery. So the first thing you need to do is treat those squats with your tempo, your rep tempo, like they are recovery. Meaning, if you have to stop and take a break, you're not treating those air squats like a recovery. Okay? So what we want to do in those air squats is I mean, you've been squatting a lot today. I think we've seen the general theme. Show a nice, good, solid rep tempo, a recovery style. Okay, so she's holding tension, but not as much. Okay, she's still staying, keeping those points of performance, but she's pausing a little bit at the top. She's making sure that she can move for all 30. She can recover her heart rate like this, and she can flush out a lot of lactate from those legs this way. Okay, so that's the third movement in the workout. The first 2 movements couldn't be more opposite. This is an anaerobic interval workout. We got to find that anaerobic threshold each and every round. That's your goal. Okay, so on the bike and the lunges, we've got to be going hard. So when we get to the bike, and whatever you've got, if you've got an assault bike, C2 bike, any of those machines, you're laughing. Our bike doesn't have a monitor, okay? So what you can do is, the ones that don't have the monitor, you can crank that resistance all the way up, and we can count our pedal strokes, okay? So for a 20/16 calorie, I would count maybe, I'm gonna say 60 pedal strokes, okay? So 60 RPMs. Once you're done 60, at a very high resistance, and trying to go nice and hard, then I would hop off, and I would say that's equivalent. Just ballpark, all right? Now, if you have a mountain bike or a road bike, even better. Go outside and get that 1 kilometer bike in, and then you can actually do a bike today and do this workout outside. So, I'm gonna hop on the bike. Let's show those tough pedal revolutions. What I want you guys to do on the bike, or if you're running today too, we'll get to that later.
Oh my goodness, once I get going here.
Well, so you gotta find that resistance. I turned that all the way up.
I can't even start it.
All right, let's see. There we go,
Okay.
go. Let's adjust that resistance. And you just gotta find that threshold, 60 revolutions. Yeah, and out of the saddle, standing up as you bike, perfect, okay? We wanna start strong, and then we wanna finish fast, okay? So meaning we wanna feel that pace build and build and build and build and build, starting even with a strong pace, all right? Now, on the air squats, you wanna know that you wanna start that like this, okay? That should force that recovery. Sandbag lunge, we don't have a sandbag, okay? So we're gonna pretend we have a sandbag in our hands and just show you the kind of forward inclination that might cause. So sandbag lunge, we can put that up on a shoulder if we're comfortable. We can hug it. We'll just pretend that M's hugging a sandbag right now. When you hug a sandbag, the biggest thing about the lunge is that we don't want it to spill you forward. We want to stay back as we step forward. Keep our torso back behind our step, all right? So M's keeping her torso back, tapping the floor, staying tall. Back, tap, staying tall, all right? And that's the lunge. When you get done the lunge, picture yourself, you're done the round, and then on the squats, you're resting, okay? So we got, to recap, 6 rounds, but sandbag lunge for 50 feet, and then 30 recovery air squat. This should be a doozy today. Go nice and hard. Let's see what you got.